The following program is rated low, and staff improvement is advised.
Listen, how do you cook a cat?
Hey.
No, I can't talk about cats because I've got some friends that are like kitties and stuff and I want to
You're
hate
just...
Twilight Pictures presents.
Fasten your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Hey, monkey, get funky.
It's time to pump it up. It's time to move it to you. It's time to make you move.
Now, it is time to play.
Jason was out doing a gig out in the country there, and he was setting up one night, and this Aboriginal gentleman was there, and apparently this young guy decided to say something to him, and the Aboriginal gentleman one hit, and the young bloke was on the ground, and this is basically about that story.
In the corner of the Dunlop Hotel sits a weathered old man with a face that looks like it's been around since time first began. He's bent, he's burnt out, his hands constantly shake from a love of the grog he could never forsake. In his 5 o'clock shadows, a few shades paler than grey. Lifetime spent in the saddle has taken its toll, riding away from a generation that somebody stole. And the stories he tells are like novels from Verne, and his eyes light up like the cane fires burn when he speaks to the stock routes, the camps and good bosses he's known. So let me shout you a beer, roll you a smoke, raise my glass in salute to you, Jacky Kneebone. Your face is forgotten, your legend untold. You're lost in the new world alone, but still rivers, stock routes and fresh horses will carry you home. Sips on his rum, mumbles a few words to himself. As a cocky young ringer comes and orders some booze from the top shelf. Self-righteous and drunk, he starts in on old Jack in an angry, unprovoked, racist verbal attack. But the old man just sits there in silence and weathers the spray. Still without word, Jacky awkwardly gets to his feet, pushes his battered hat back on his head and begins to retreat.
Where you going, old man?
But the abuse still comes quick and rains down on him fast, till finally Jacky has taken his last. And a lightning fast crashing right blow brings an end to the storm. And the old man looks down at the boy and he says,
How can you judge me when you don't even know me?
don't even know me.
Been far greater than you have fallen beneath me.
Fallen beneath me.
And the very next words that you say should be, I'm sorry, sir.
I'm sorry, sir. Then let me shout you a beer, roll you a smoke, raise my glass in salute to you, Jacky Kneebone. Your face is forgotten, your legend untold. You're lost in the new world alone, but still rivers, stock routes and fresh horses will carry you home.
Hey, I want
He said, let me shout you a beer, roll you a smoke, raise my glass in salute to you, Jacky Kneebone. Your face is forgotten, your legend untold. You're lost in the new world alone. But still rivers, stock roots and fresh horses will carry you home. Still rivers, stock roots and fresh horses will carry you home.
Said before, you're up actually in the hotel setting up for a gig with regards to that, and that's how the song come about, because of this altercation between the Aboriginal gentleman and a young fella. You just want to
extrapolate?
Yeah,
mate, I'm the sort of songwriter that needs to be inspired to write a song. I mean, I know people that can just sit down and belt out, you know, a fantastic tune in 10 to 15 minutes without any inspiration at all, but that's not the sort of writer I am. I sort of need some subject to write about. And I was doing a gig at the Dunlop Hotel. It was just a Friday night, nothing special, and I'd set up. There was hardly anyone in the bar, and while I was waiting for the gig to start, this old Murray had walked in and parked his ass on the bar stool and ordered a rum and coke, and he struck me as a really intriguing sort of a bloke. So I strolled up and, as you do in the pub, started yarning to him, and he just filled my head with all these incredible stories about droving on the peninsula, and, you know, big mobs of cattle and big rivers, and my hair just stood on its end, you know, and he was just such a nice bloke to go along with it, because you know, I mean, there's a lot of alcohol problems within the Indigenous crowd on the peninsula, so it's pretty seldom that you find such a genuine bloke. He was very unassuming and sat there and did his thing, and then that chain of events that the song talks about folded out in front of me, and I'm just standing there playing songs and my jaw hit the ground. And as you can imagine, when Jacky's, you know, dropped this young fella on his arse, it was a pretty amazing spectacle to behold. So I went home and just started writing a song about it. So that's how it was formed.
Fantastic too. Has it had any airplay?
Oh, heaps. It was.
Yep.
It was actually. It's had it #1 on the Indigenous radio. You know, can I say the other 98.9 in Brisbane for about 3 weeks. It's probably going to be on a compilation ABC album. It's being played by country radio all around Australia.
So wonderful. Just